Are you sure this is the place?
I'm pretty sure this is the place. This is what the note said.
I mean, the note that was stuck inside of your program from the 80s?
Yeah, but it seemed really new compared to the program.
Yeah, but why are we following it? I mean, we were so deep underneath this place. I didn't know it went so deep underneath.
Don't you have a sense of adventure?
I do, and of all places, of course it would be this arena.
Yeah, I mean, we have to check it out. We can't just not do anything.
Well, I mean, wait. Is that a door?
That's a door. Come on, let's go.
Are you sure? I mean, what if they catch us? We're not even in our country.
What could even happen? Come on.
All right.
Live a little.
All right. I'm coming. All right, you want to do it? You want to pull on it?
Yeah, I'll do it. All right, ready? On the count of 3.
Okay.
1,
2,
3.
Coming to you direct from deep underneath your favorite Japanese wrestling arena, it's time for your high-speedy, strongly styled, fighting spirit, secret handshaking, wink wink nudge nudge, lethal dose of female professional wrestling, primarily in the land of shoguns and rising suns. It's time for you to remove your blindfold, accept a complimentary fruity drink that's totally not sus at all, and learn from our inside terminology, because you, our friends, have nearly willfully accepted the invite and have joined our Cult of Joshi. Now allow me to introduce you to your fighting spirited guides, Raja and John.
Well, hello, and welcome to the very first episode of Cult of Joshi.
Yes, the very first episode that may be numbered continuing on.
Yes, that will be continuing from Wrestling is Her.
It's so very Joshi of us.
It is, and I don't know, I get chills just saying the name. I love it.
Yes.
I love this progression that we've been on.
I do too.
And the fact that we're here now, it just feels so right.
It does. It feels really cool, especially being so deeply underneath this place, right?
I know. It's weird that we found this place to just record from.
Hopefully we can get out sometime.
Yeah, that would be nice if someone came and let us out.
Yeah, it's okay. I like it here.
But what a great time for us to be making this change on this episode where we get to review a lovely pay-per-view.
Oh, what a great way to start.
Got done watching. I love pay-per-view reviews because there's always so much that happens.
Yes.
And there's so much to talk about.
And this time,
oh man,
this is a lore-friendly, heavy episode.
It was. It was insane. And as always with these pay-per-views, it was kind of like a tale of two shows because you have the undercard matches and it's like, okay, cool, this is a normal wrestling show.
Yeah.
And then you get to the late matches and you're crying.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's like, what happened?
Yeah, they always start us off and it's just like, oh, this was well worked. And we're sitting there taking our notes and stuff.
Yeah,
it's
we're like happy.
Oh, hey, that was total. That was really good. That's probably a 4-star match, don't you think?
Having a snack.
Yeah, that was great. That was great. And then it's like, and then
you question your life choices.
Oh my God, the last 4, dude. The last 4.
The final 4 of this show in particular were just insane. But before we get to that, we need to talk about all the other matches that happened.
Yes.
Because they were amazing as well.
We were so screwed up the entire day from this.
Yeah. Like, we got up to watch it live, of course, but then after the fact, it's like, what do you even do with all the emotions? Like, you're going into a Monday, and how do you even handle this?
I mean, the first thing that I said to Raja this afternoon was something about the show. I was just like, what'd you think of that? I mean, we were together, you know?
Yeah,
and
it's like this shock settles in as you go on, and they just do it so beautifully.
And we always wait a little bit, too. We could do it directly after, but we want to see what has developed. And we actually like getting on Reddit and seeing what some of the theories are, and it's just fun, right?
It is very fun.
And honestly, this time didn't let me down. They really didn't. There's a lot of theories out there because
it opened itself up to that.
Does it not?
Yeah.
It sort of lends itself to to having all the
I
theories.
think that's probably what they were going for. It's like, get people talking, you know?
Well, man, we're going to talk a lot, and we've got our own theories here. So
yes.
It's your show. I'll let you proceed, ma'am.
All right. So, of course, the pay-per-view we're talking about is the February 24th show, Stardom Path of Thunder 2025.
Path of Thunder!
Sorry, every time I hear it, it's just like, did AC/DC return and make a new song? Because it just sounds like...
It does sound like an AC/DC song. And this took place in Utsunomiya, which is the hometown of the three Stardom sisters.
Yes.
So it was a nice triumphant return for Hina, Rina, and Hanan, who were featured in all three of the title matches in the show.
Boy, howdy. You know, that used to be just a nice little mention, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like, oh, this happens to be the town that those three sisters are from.
Yeah.
Now it's sort of becoming epic.
It has. And this little building that they were in was amazing. And there were just shy of 900 fans packed in there.
My God.
So it was really cool atmosphere for the show.
Yeah, packed like sardines.
But we kicked off the show. There wasn't even really a pre-show match. They kind of just got to it as soon as the show started. But the first match on the card was a singles match between Yuria Hime and Mayu Iwatani. And I absolutely love this match.
Yes.
Apparently, Yuria Hime is also from Utsunomiya.
Right.
Which Mayu mentioned after the match, it being her triumphant return. But she didn't have quite as much success as her fellow people from this town.
I mean, she survived, and that's really all you can hope for, right?
It is. Especially when you have Mayu Iwatani in this sort of, like, I liken it to Okada when he gets in that sort of, I'm better than you and I don't know why I'm here kind of mindset.
Absolutely. It's like the I'm better than you and I know it.
Yeah, you could see it all over Mayu's face during this match. Just her, it's like, I don't know what I'm doing in this opening match. It wasn't like big match, single match Mayu, but she still put in that same effort.
No, it was great.
In a very, like, pretentious way.
She had that smirk. There was a half smirk through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Even when the fight backs happened. And we have our traditional, in Joshi, we have our traditional like young girl. In Japan, you have your young boy, young girl matches.
Yeah.
And especially in Joshi, there is a formula. You know, you can see it in your head, like and then then the return is the one big that knocks them down in the big huge bump. And there's several things with showing that fighting spirit. You know, are they going to keep coming back? No one expects them to win,
right?
But I think,
are they at least going to fight?
exactly. And I think in this, I mean, she got folded like an accordion.
Oh my gosh.
And
by the end of it, we were just terrified that Mayu was going to use the two-step dragon suplex. Like, we were just like, we don't need that. I don't think that's necessary.
Yeah.
And she did end up ending the match with the standing dragon sleeper rather than throwing the suplex on poor Yuria. So.
And Yuria probably got the record for the quickest tap.
Yeah, she was done at that point.
She was tapping as you were getting in position. It was just like, oh, no, I'm good.
It was a really good match, though, and I thought Yuria did really well.
She did.
Working with Mayu. So.
She did. She's, progressing incredibly match to match.
She is.
Whereas...
Getting very comfortable.
Right. Whereas, her cohort there, Akira, just sort of came out to shoot.
Yeah, she was just ready to go immediately.
She was fully cooked.
Yeah, she was. The next match was a 8-man. Aya Sakura.
Are you sure about that?
I think so.
You sort of formed that in a question.
It's an 8-man with Aya Sakura, Yuna Mizumori, Sariano, and Natsupoi taking on Rana Yagami, Tomoka Inaba, Lady C, and Saki Kashima. And this is just another, more continuation with this Lady C storyline. She has just been...
Isn't this crazy?
On fire lately.
Isn't it crazy?
It is a little crazy. A little bit.
I'm not... Can you imagine, turning this on the first time? and the first time you turn it on, you see this very dominant, young, beautiful lady that's tall and holy crap, I really like this Lady C.
Yeah, she's really good.
She's all beast mode, dude. Beast mode.
She's really been coming into her own lately and winning all these matches, and she has made it clear that she wants the Artist of Stardom title shot along with Rana and Tomoka by her side. So this just adds on to those wins that she's been having to build that case for herself.
I'm not against it. I mean, she obviously has gotten better with the confidence boost, I believe.
She has, yeah.
And I like it when she's pissed off.
I like it when she kicks people in the face.
Yeah, when she actually gets going. And we noticed this turn months ago.
It coincided very much with her joining God's Eye.
Yeah, we started noticing it, and we were just like, wow, she's really laying them in.
Yeah.
It's like all of a sudden she took the Stan Hansen pill.
Maybe she did.
Yeah, it's back there. It's back there in a corner somewhere. Like what?
Dusty jar.
Like what is this? It says Stan Hansen juice. I don't drink the Stan Hansen juice.
The C stands for cowboy.
No, there you go.
But this also kind of adds on to the slide down that Yuna Mizumori has been having since she said she wanted another high-speed title shot against May. She's just been losing left and right, just taking pins like crazy.
She has. I think there might be one win in there somewhere, but
not been looking great for Yuna.
Mostly it has been like she is eating the pin.
She seems really upset about it.
She is truly taking on the Saida role.
Yeah, she has lately.
Of Stardom.
But it was a really good match, and I'm excited to see that Artists of Stardom title match because I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think there's another part to this match. Mm-hmm. I think that the whole slide of just Cosmic Angels.
Yeah.
I really think that you go from the most dominant group that won all the awards. And what's really crazy about this booking, and I'm not against it, I like things that kind of go against, like, one of the problems with the NWO back in the day was NWO was like the hit, right? It was the biggest thing ever in wrestling. So they just did it to death. They just continued to do it, and let's just add people. They win every match. They blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. Cosmic Angels, they won everything last year. They hit a level of domination that is kind of unheard of and unmatched.
Strongest faction for sure.
Bro, they won everything at one point, and it was awesome, and they won all the awards. Mm-hmm. The fans loved them.
Yes.
So what do?
Just strip it all away.
Beat them like a government mule. I mean,
2025 is not the year of Cosmic Angels so far.
Everybody loses. Everybody gets the hell beat out of them. There's questions. I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, there are big questions associated with Cosmic Angels.
Normally when that happens, you kind of look at the leadership.
Yeah.
So.
And there's been, like, even before this show, there were interesting things with Tam and her kind of questioning, like, what it's all for.
How did we get here?
Why she puts in this much work and passion just to not get anything in return, essentially.
And that's our tease.
Yes.
Stick around.
The next match was a 4-way match between Akira Kuragane, Waka Tsukiyama, Azumi, and Fukigen Death. And this was your classic, just good fun 4-way with these four. Fukigen Death has been on fire, let me tell you. In these, she's been menacing the undercard the last couple weeks.
I thought it was strange to have Azumi here.
Yeah, I guess they had to put her somewhere.
When the match actually started, I guess I had missed this in the build-up, but and Azumi came out.
Yeah, you're like, wait a second.
I was like, wait, what? How is she part of this match? How? Because I see the other three in any show sense. USA.
Yeah,
but then you have Azumi in there. I don't know. I liked it. It was fun.
It was really fun. And just the little bits of Fukigen Death trying to like lure Akira into doing her bits.
That's the moment of the match.
And then Akira actually hitting, they do the double cover where they roll the two people on top of each other, but then she also pushes Azumi over and does a triple cover.
Freaking amazing. And
it was so cool.
You guys, I mean, that was like, because it always happens, it's like, oh, hey, sneaky style, I'm going to push them over and get on top, and then Akira doing that one next step there, or Azumi doing that next step. It's cool.
And you're never going to actually be able to cover three people at the same time, but it was still fun.
It needs to happen one time.
And the way that Azumi just stomped Waka Tsukiyama into the ground when she was trying to do a cover, just stomped straight on her spine.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, Azumi is she's intense, man.
She is. It's like everything is in her mind is like picture perfect, and she's just going to execute it to the highest ability.
It's kind of like that 5-star match that was a few weeks back. If you go back and look at it with 5-star eyes, everything was just so incredibly timed.
She don't miss.
Yeah.
She won this match, this 4-way with the Azumi Sushi. So even though she's in the third match on the card, she's still picking up wins.
The Azumi Sushi's my favorite roll-up.
Your favorite roll-up?
Yeah.
Not the Kishikaise?
No, because it's quicker.
Yeah. She's got that leg over the shoulders, a lot more pressure.
It's just very sudden, and I love it.
Yeah, and it's effective, clearly. The next match was Ruaka, Tekla, and Momo Watanabe versus Rion, Hanako, and Maika versus Momo Kogo, Koguma, and Hazuki. So a little 3-way trios action here. And of course, in this match, 3 people were legal at all times. So there were some shenanigans. It's like, there's not really any DQ rules in triple threat because you've already got 3 people in there. So, Hate took advantage of that a little bit, but there was also some mistakes made because once more we saw Momo Watanabe accidentally hit a member of her own team with her bat, which directly led to Maika using the Michinoku Driver 2 on Tekla for the win. And this just kind of lends in more to the sort of Maika Tekla thing that they've been building over the past couple of months. Mm-hmm. And they had this look to each other after the match that kind of suggests to me that we're very much heading to a Maika Tekla singles match sometime in the near future.
Yeah, and I think that, how many times is this now that Momo has absolutely belted her own team?
It's got to be in the double digits at this point.
and no one even bats an eye, though.
No.
Like, you notice that's weird. Hate doesn't even get pissed at all.
Maybe Hate is, not quick to temper. Maybe they're like, oh, I can see that was an accident. Yeah. But you wouldn't think so.
Yeah, no, it's fine. You just hit me in the face with that bat.
Yeah, it's fine that you
Maybe there's no memory of
loss.
It's just like, I don't know why my face hurts so bad.
Yeah.
Me either, Momo says.
No idea. It must have been that Maika. Dang, that Maika.
Damn that Maika.
But yes, EXV did get the win in this match, and I don't know if there will be any consequences for Momo Watanabe, but something cool that I do want to mention with Momo Watanabe is the fact that we saw her on AEW television very recently challenging Mercedes Moné to a match at Revolution, which is just crazy.
It's going to be a banger of a match, and I am going to go out on a limb and say this is going to be the match that Momo wins.
Yeah, I feel like it's time for Momo. Like, if Momo beats her for the NJPW Strong Women's title, I think it makes all the sense in the world. She takes that back to Stardom with her.
And you can build inside of AEW still, because have somebody screw... Mm-hmm. Her in that match, right? So there is totally a way to have Mercedes build something with someone else and lose to Momo.
Absolutely.
So I want to see it. I think it'd be great, and I think it'd be cool for Stardom to get that big rub on a big pay-per-view.
I agree completely.
Because that pay-per-view is loaded.
Oh man, it is so loaded.
It's got to be.
With women's matches especially, because you got round 3 of Mariah versus Tony as well.
Yeah, and it's just epic, honestly. And the women have been featured in such a high level.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for that match to really go, above 20 minutes.
Agreed. So, I think Momo and Mercedes is the one to watch for sure.
Yeah.
Just work rate wise, if anything. Like, obviously, Mariah and Tony is very story heavy, but I think Momo and Mercedes are going to steal the show if given the chance.
Me too, man. Because they're going to beat the crap out of one another.
Absolutely.
It's no way around it.
The next match was a tag team match where Kyoka Kotatsu teamed with Sherry to take on Azusa Inaba and Konami. And I absolutely loved the psychology in this match because Kyoka came in with her arm completely wrapped, like elbow wrapped, hand wrapped, and Hate took full advantage of that. They targeted that arm from the start and just went at it relentlessly. And it was clear that Sherry was very upset about this because every time she got in, she would just go to freaking town on them because she was not having it. But that arm is what directly led to the finish with Konami's armbar, and she forced Kyoka to tap out because that arm was just too painful to bear. So I really liked it.
Yeah, I like it too, and I already have put my love for Kotatsu, over.
Yes,
just something right off the bat just clicked with me.
Yeah.
And I really like her.
I know. And every time she's in there, she hits these combos that just kind of like they blow your mind. You're like, wow, I didn't know she had that in her.
I also love the fact that Sherry, sorry. Well, we lovingly call her mom because it sets off our phones if we don't.
Yes, we have to be careful about getting Siri all worked up during streaming time.
So she is the mom of, yeah, okay.
She's the mom of Stardom in our mind.
Yeah, in our minds. Which is one of the things that matter, right? Your headcanon. So, but I love the fact of how Siri was just like so concerned after this match.
Yeah.
You know, she went right to it in the concern in her eyes. I love that part of it because they did do a number on her.
Yeah, it was really crazy. And hate being hate, you know, you expect that from them.
Right.
But this is just another chapter in the story of Sherry versus Konami. I definitely don't think it's over by any means, but Konami does come back a little later in the show for a little something something.
A little something something.
And that is the end of the undercard of this show.
Yeah, everything was cool and normal. I guess we can see you next week, right? That's all done.
Yes. Yeah. 5 really good matches to get you all pumped up and jazzed up and ready for the emotional side.
Oh, wait.
Oh, wait.
What is that?
Oh, man. And I think
drama alert.
Yes, absolutely. And I think they were really smart, actually. Like, I expected the intermission to be in between this match and the next match, but I actually think it was really smart leaving it till after this next match because it gave everyone a chance to breathe.
Yeah, I needed to go jump out of a window somewhere after this match.
Yes, because story-wise, this match is the heavy hitter, right? And I'm talking about the tag team match between Sayaka Kurara and Tam Nakano versus Saya Kamitani and Natsuko Tora. And this match had the stipulation that if Tam and Sayaka win, Tam gets another shot at the World of Stardom Championship. And if Saya and Natsuko Tora win, then Sayaka Kurara has to join Hate. So it was already loaded with emotion and drama to start. And over the past week, there's been a lot of tie-ins to this story in the prelude matches with just these little looks from Sayaka Kurara to Saya Kamitani and just these little things, and like the not really like giving Tam back the affection that she shows. It's like, is that just Sayaka? Is she just not that affectionate, or is there something deeper there? So coming into this match, it was very much up in the air what was going to happen.
Yeah, it was something, man. It was, you just didn't know. I mean, Kurara's hard to read. Yeah. And we've seen it go, the other way many times.
Unfortunately, the betrayal is strong.
Yeah.
Stardom.
So this was something.
It was. And the first half of this match was just a hard-hitting affair where they were doing everything in their power to get one over on each other. But it was the final stretch of this match that was just so beautifully done. And it started when Natsuko Tora pulled Tam in front of Sayaka Kurara, who inadvertently drop-kicked her right in the face.
Yeah.
And Sayaka...
I knocked the crap out of her.
Oh, yeah. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Sayaka's sitting against the ropes just basically in tears because I think she feels that it's over, that she immediately led to her having to leave Cosmic Angels for Hate. But Saya Kamitani does something interesting. She hits Tam Nakano with the Star Crusher, and before the 3 count finishes, pulls Tam up out of the pin. And as we know, that's a big no-no.
Right.
If you want to win the match. Mm-hmm. And it was like this moment. Saya gets up. She has Tam in one hand by her hair. And she's looking at Sayaka and she's like, now's the time for you to show who you really want to be with. It's like those things where the parents are standing on either side and the baby's over there and they're like, come to one parent or the other. It was like that. And Sayaka gets up and it's... At that moment, it's like, who's she going to choose? Because you really don't know. But she ended up spearing Saya Kamitani she chose Tam, and that led to Tam being able to use the Violet Screwdriver to pin Saya Kamatani and win the match, keeping Sayaka Kurara in Cosmic Angels. And when I say we screamed and we're like cheering, and we were so ecstatic that this happened.
Oh, we celebrated. I didn't even know that we had that much emotion in it.
I know. It was like we were very quiet during most of the match, like just locked in.
Because most of the time we were just like, when we were talking about it on the build up, we were like, oh no, we're fine if she goes to hate.
Yeah, it's fine, whatever happens.
Yeah, it'll be good either way. But I think that the real emotion was we didn't want it to happen.
No.
And we just, oh my God.
We try to like placate ourselves before it happens. We're like, oh, we'll be fine with anything that happens.
We exploded on this. And
it was just such a sigh of relief.
So with all that drama, because I thought that when she was standing there, honestly, what I thought was going to happen, I thought that that Kurara was going to do the spear and that Tam was going to pull Saya Kamatani.
Oh, so she was going to aim for Tam, but Tam was going to pull Saya
in front of her
into the spear.
Yeah.
That would have been wild.
Yeah. And
if she chose Saya and then Tam forced her to stay in Cosmic Angels, oh man, I don't know if I could handle that.
Yeah. So that was how twisted my mind is, right?
But thankfully, Sayaka Kurara is just a sweet, sweet child, baby angel.
But much like Kurara, we weren't ready for what happened next.
So this post-match segment started with Sayaka basically telling Saya, I hate the way you do things. That's why I'm never going to join you. And I'd rather just stand across from you and defeat you because she doesn't want to be that way.
Right.
And then Tam talking to Saya and like talking about how they both love pro wrestling, but they love it in different ways. And she thinks Saya kind of misunderstands what love is and how she should express it. But she did ask for her World of Stardom Championship match.
Right.
And then, crazy enough, decided that it would also carry its own stipulation, which Tam seems to have an affinity for this past year, which is whoever loses the match has to leave Stardom. Not just their unit, not their team, Stardom entirely.
All right, let's have a moment of silence here while wheels roll. Okay, so this is big.
Yeah.
These are arguably the two top women in the sport.
I mean, they're battling for the top belt.
and we know how imperative. I mean, Tam is, she's the wrestler of the year. I mean, she is the MVP.
Yeah,
right?
She carries matches like nobody's business.
Saya Kamatani, since turning, has been the MVP. She is the top merch seller. They can't even make enough shirts.
Yeah.
You don't let somebody like that go.
Right.
But Cosmic Angels is the same damn way. And we know that Tam has questioned her career. We know that she has publicly questioned her career. It got even deeper, though, because of Tam on social media.
Tam just has a way of pulling the heartstrings.
So Tam on social media, she broke a real forbidden door. An actual forbidden door. Now, Stardom, under Okada's rule, has opened their doors to virtually everywhere.
Yeah.
And we have seen an incredible growth that happens when someone is not afraid and not, I'm not going to let my girls go here. I'm not going to let them go here. When you open the door and allow them to work other places and lift those other places up by carrying their titles, by, having them on your shows and vice versa, it's been one of the best runs ever.
Absolutely.
Honestly, since back in the old days that we glorify so much, when that happened, that crossover happened all the time. It's been wonderful. And obviously the resurgence in a crowd and, breaking records and selling out all these buildings. And now we're going to bigger buildings.
Yeah.
It's all because of this positivity and this growth and this energy and this excitement. So with that said, my God, the forbidden door was still a year ago when Rashiagawa was, released from Stardom. And we all know why. We're not going to recap that. But when he went to Marigold, made Marigold, tried to make it in the image that was Stardom, it started off with a lot of pomp and circumstance. It started off with the WWE buy-in, and, I know they're still connected loosely or whatever, but you had like the WWE superstars on the shows.
Yeah.
And they were coming out strong, but the undercard was just atrocious because you had to train all these girls, and they didn't get as many jump as what he thought. He even has said that.
Right.
I thought more would come over.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
Right.
Essentially you got Utami, one of your biggest stars, and Julia, which was only going to be there for a cup of coffee anyway.
And then Mirai.
Yeah.
Backing him up.
Mirai. And that's, I know we got Mai Sakurai and so, but I mean, really, you got Utami because Julia was gone anyway.
Right.
And it's really insane because that undercard has just been so many injuries. The same thing that was plaguing Stardom at the end of his reign.
Yeah.
Was the nonstop injuries and the nonstop, it was always something negative, right?
Right.
And the crowds have dwindled to pretty low levels, where a lot of the stands are empty and what have you. And I know they've still got their supporters, and we still watch.
Yeah.
We still try to support as much as we can. And I actually enjoy watching the girls get better as they go. And we've got some girls on the Marigold roster we actually love.
Yeah, there's some of them that are really, really talented.
Really, really good. We've got our wish list of people that we want. But with that said, it's still somewhat of a forbidden door. Now, if there is a possibility, possibility one, what if they're going to work with Marigold? It doesn't really benefit Stardom at all.
No.
It benefits the hell out of Marigold.
Right.
But if they're going to work with them, and we'll get to what Tam said in a moment, but, then that would be interesting as hell.
It would be. It would open a lot of storylines up that are just wild.
Do you want to recap sort of what Tam was talking about there?
Oh, yeah. Tam just coming out and saying, basically, she thinks that this turn that Saya Kamatani took and into heeldom was because she lost Utami Hayashishita
her precious
Marigold, her beloved Utami.
Yeah,
I believe was her words. And she said that she's going to beat Saya to help her so that she can leave Stardom and go to Marigold and be with Utami. was the sentiment, I believe. That's
savage.
Which is just crazy to bring that up and to like make it part of the story.
Yeah.
Because Saya Kamatani in herself hasn't mentioned Utami since she left.
Yeah.
Like, there's been no mention of any of that happening. So it's really crazy now. I don't know how that's going to affect Saya going into this match. If it's going to like mess with her head that Tam is bringing up this old stuff from her past that Saya she no longer is anymore.
And then there's the possibility that Tam is retiring.
Yes, there always is that possibility.
And which would suck, especially so abrupt.
Yeah.
And that's one of the big things about this match.
Yeah.
Is it's in a couple of weeks.
It's in a week.
Yeah.
March 3rd, exactly a week from the pay-per-view in Cork and Hall. They're having this loser leaves Stardom match. When I tell you the silence in Utsunomiya, in this crowd, the absolute, like, we don't understand Japanese, so we were like, wait a second, why did everyone get so quiet?
Yeah, and here's the thing. They sold out already.
Oh, within hours of announcing this match.
Cork and Hall.
Sold out.
Sold out instantly.
Yeah.
And so everybody is really up about this match. And
I mean, it's hard to blame them.
So
where do you even go from this point?
One of the other rumors, right? The just theories out there. And this one makes sense, right? So the Cinderella tournament is a lot of your younger talent.
And it starts very soon after this show.
Absolutely. So if Tam or Saya Kamatani, one of them's going to lose.
Yes.
But if one of them does lose, Carrara could win the Cinderella and use her wish to bring back that person. And I think that if it was Saya Kamatani, she got into wrestling because of Saya Kamatani. She loves Saya Kamatani. Yeah. So she would want to bring her back just to defeat her.
Right.
Because she would have that chance to prove herself against her. Tam, of course, she would bring her back out of love.
Yes.
In the ultimate sign of love.
Yeah, those are definitely the prevailing theories. Either Saya's losing and going to Marigold, Tam's losing and just retiring completely, or one of them loses and gets brought back in some fashion, probably through the Cinderella. But there's also this sentiment that's like, I hope they don't do like a double DQ, time limit draw, double count out, like cop out sort of finish to this match, because they've put all their cards on the table. They are doing a loser leaves Stardom match. You can't just get out of it.
Yeah, no, I think there's something to it, because with contracts normally coming up in April.
Yeah, it's brilliant to do this like a month before.
It makes sense. Now, here's something though, and I've not really heard this one at all.
Okay.
What if Utami's coming back?
I mean, we have talked before about, like, I believe it was in my predictions at the beginning of the year, my probably never gonna happen prediction was someone from Marigold returns to Stardom. But it just seems so far-fetched that Utami would... I mean, she's the top champion.
Yeah, but, I mean, listen... Stardom has taken this incredible rise, and it's probably everything she wanted it to be.
Yeah, that's fair.
And everybody's having fun, whereas she's surrounded by the same matches, and she's not really being challenged.
Right.
Because she's wrestling the same people over and over. And, over here...
You get Sendai Girls.
The doors have opened.
Yeah.
She could have all these dream matches.
Diana, Wade.
Yeah.
All of the people coming
AEW.
in. Yeah, AEW sure.
You can have all these dream matches, over here and still be here in Japan like she wanted to be. So,
I mean, there's an argument for the fact that maybe Tam brought her up because she's going to somehow get involved in this match. Like, what if she shows up and helps Saya win or something?
I said on the last couple episodes that, that other show, that there had been a lot of Queen's Quest talk.
There's been a lot of story revolving around Queen's Quest. I mean, the next match on this show is very Queen's Quest heavy, and they've really been laying into the like old connections from Queen's Quest.
They have, and I even thought I saw a picture of a quick reunion there, of a couple of the girls, but. I don't know. What do you guys think? That's what's really important. That's what we want to know.
We want to know your thoughts on this match, on the stipulation, on what you think is going to happen, how it's going to turn out. Leave
in the comments, whether you're listening to us on YouTube, whether you're listening to us on Apple Podcast or Spotify. Leave it. Go on Twitter and
tweet us.
Tweet us.
At Cult of Joshi.
At Cult of Joshi. How about that?
Let us know, because literally anything could happen. So it's really hard to speculate exactly how it's going to go down.
It's my favorite part of pro wrestling.
I know.
Is when you have questions.
I know. It's so great.
It's the best.
It's amazing. But with that said, that brings us to the championship matches.
Oh, wait, that wasn't the main event.
No, that wasn't the main event. It was the main event of the first half, and then we went into a nice little intermission before the championship matches.
What was so funny is Raja and I were the whole build-up for this. We were like, so excited about these matches, but damn, that Carrara and Tam is I think that's the main event, and boy, were we wrong.
Man, they just... surprise you, don't
Jesus
they?
Christ.
So, coming back from intermission, we began with the Future of Stardom title match between two former Queen's Quest members, Miyu Amasaki, the current champion, and Hina. And this was Hina's, yet another chance for Hina to follow in the footsteps of both Hanan and Rina to become the Future of Stardom champion. And she would have to go through her former best friend, essentially, in Miyu Amasaki, to get it done.
If you've never heard an arena 100% behind somebody,
right?
Then you might want to watch this match.
I mean, Hina's the hometown girl.
I know, but dude, the Hina chance.
I know.
For a Japanese crowd.
It was beautiful, and this match was really well done. They both put a lot into this match and really wanted to show what the Future of Stardom title continues to be, like one of the top titles in Stardom, and all the matches are always on par with other title matches.
Hands down, the greatest Hina match that I've seen.
Yeah.
And, that title was made basically from Rina.
Yeah. She had the longest reign and the most defenses, and she made it into what it is today.
Yeah, very important title.
So you got to imagine it's even more important than for Hina to be able to hold this title. And the way that she went about winning this match to become the future of Stardom champion was really crazy, because she did her old standards, the jackhammer and everything. And then she set Miyu up and got on the ropes. And I was like, what is she doing on the ropes? She doesn't do that. I was like, maybe she's going to do Rina's knees or something like that. But she ended up doing a beautiful frog splash to Miyu Amasaki to get the pin and win this match and become the future of Stardom champion.
Freaking incredible. Let's give it. Come on. Congratulations, Hina.
Congratulations.
It's a long time coming. The third sister with the same belt.
Yes, it is a long time coming. And she announced after this match that she had been accepted into university. So she is no longer the JK fighter. She's now the JD fighter, because she is a university student. But she is going to continue wrestling, of course, while she's in university.
She's going to be like the girl that supports the other two sisters when everybody's like can't walk anymore.
Absolutely. And I am very much looking forward to Hina's title reign, and I don't know that it'll go Rina lengths and defenses, because I feel like that's special. Rina's special. But
I feel like that we've got some really hot young talent, man.
I know.
So
those Hina matches are going to be amazing once they get going.
A load of challengers.
She does, and I'm very excited to see where she takes this title next, because it is just continuing to grow as we go. In the semi-main event for the Goddess of Stardom Championships, we had Wingori, Saya Ida, and Hanan versus Crazy Star, Suzu Suzuki, and Mei Seira. And we talked a lot last year about the tag team division in Stardom and just how incredible it is and how stacked it is. But it's hard to argue that Wingori has not become the tag team in Stardom since last year.
The growth, the journey.
Yeah.
I want to make a list for people of the Wingori matches.
Because they're all amazing.
From New Blood on, to follow these ladies on their journey, where they were just wanting to have recognition. Their big thing in matches was just to stand out.
Yeah.
Because you knew going in, Wingori's not going to win this.
Right.
But it's going to be a hell of a match. And some of those epic matches that they've had.
I think it started from the Mai Sakurai Chan Yota match when they were when Wingori was the New Blood tag team champions, and from that point through 2024, through the Goddess of Stardom Tag League to winning the Goddess of Stardom championships, they've just grown exponentially in their ability to command the ring as a tag team. It's amazing to watch.
And not to sleep on Crazy Star, because Crazy Star, who haven't teamed as regular of late, just did not miss a beat. And honestly, in this match, it reminded me why Crazy Star should be a thing.
Yeah.
They are so good together. And the two individual matchups for me is what made this match.
You can't talk about this match without mentioning the feud between Hanan and Mei Seira. I cannot express enough how giddy I get when these two get in the ring together, because they just go ham on each other.
They do. We don't know why. We know we could speculate different little reasons, but it happened. It was kind of a house show thing that we noticed and we talked about on the show many times, but one of them would just be standing there and all of a sudden right in the face. It's like, what the hell's going on? And
it's like they do not like each other.
But nothing ever paid off, right?
Right.
There was no payoff to this. It was almost like their own little feud, which made it feel very real, if you will.
Absolutely.
And, so in this match, that continued.
Did it?
the single matchup between Hanan and Mei Seira, Jesus Christ,
it's gonna be insane. And then Suzu and Saya, and Suzu's recent teasing of Saya because of her injured hand and all of that, and just those two brawling it out. It seemed like at the end of this match they were setting up for those respective singles matches. I don't know if that's gonna happen. But.
And in the match itself, both those two matchups were featured heavily, and it just made you want it.
Yeah, and they hit on all cylinders in this match. It went from, like, it was like the normal match, at the beginning. They're like, da-da-da, doing a match. And then it just, at some point, it just went off the freaking rails. And I was like, what am I watching right now? This is amazing.
It was truly amazing. This was about as best, this was as good of a showcase of Joshi tag team wrestling that you're ever going to see. You have to go out of your way to see the match.
Yeah, and I have to mention Hanan kicking out of the Rolling Star, because you don't see that.
No.
May Sarah's Rolling Star is deadly, and she kicked out, and she ended up pinning May with her backdrop suplex. So Hanan has one more over May Sarah, and May's like, I want to do it again, singles match. And Suzu, once again, talking about there's something she wants to do, but first we should run this back again. Like, what is Suzu up to?
Yeah.
What is in her head?
God only knows.
I have no idea, but
I don't want to get in that head.
I loved seeing Crazy Star together again, because it just reminds you of the days when this odd couple tag team got thrown together, and it was like, these two don't look like they should be a tag team, and they just went absolutely crazy, and it was like, oh, these two are a tag team.
Yeah, they're a Crazy Star.
They're Crazy Star. But Wingori is still the Goddess of Stardom champions, first defense in the books, and I'm so happy for them because they are incredible.
It was, again, a go out of your way to see match.
Oh, it was.
And we were not done.
No, we were not done, nor were we ready. So the main event of this show was for the Wonder of Stardom Championship, and it had the champion, Starlight Kid, defending against Rina. And coming into this match, there was a lot of very deep connection with Rina to her trainer, Hana Kimura. And she did this whole interview segment on Stardom's YouTube, and there was a lot of talk about her connection with Hana and how this white belt match meant so much to Rina, and she just wanted to honor Hana Kimura through this match. She even came out to the match carrying the Tokyo Cyber Squad sword that Hana would always carry, and she had her hair in the braids. It was an emotional thing.
It was
very emotional.
It was incredible.
And it was very obvious that Rina wanted to use the hydrangea to end this match and become the champion with it, because that's one of Hana's moves that Rina has taken on. So it was very heavy.
And, we've documented on this show, Starlight Kid is my favorite wrestler. And Rina is absolutely also my favorite wrestler. Yes. It's probably our favorite, and just her journey from us watching her, on New Bloods to really owning that title, as we previously mentioned, and making she's such a standout. She's just got it.
Yeah.
We talked about it last night during the match. She's just got it. And this match, guys, it's hard to find words.
Yeah.
It's really hard to find words, because when if you're watching a match with Sherry versus Utami, you're watching a match with Mako versus anyone. You're watching you expect epic, right?
Right.
You watch Itani against somebody. You expect epics.
Yes.
And you get it. Stardom pay-per-view main event, you're going to get an epic Japanese pro wrestling spectacle. But when you're in there with sort of the unproven main eventers,
right?
Starlight's finally getting her chance as white belt champion.
Headline a pay-per-view.
To headline a pay-per-view. You're getting Rina getting her chance to step up out of the junior league, so to speak.
At 18 years old, no less.
At 18 years old. And really get that chance to shine. There's a lot of pressure. You're in your hometown.
Yeah.
It's sold out, standing room only. The crowd is just rabid. The crowd is just hostile. They're basically cheering the heel and booing the baby face.
Oh, and I loved it. I love the way the crowd played into this match, because it seeded this frustration in Starlight Kid that came out in how vicious she was working with Rina, because Rina's not the one that's supposed to get chanted for. They're supposed to be like all match in her mind.
Yeah.
So it was on her face the whole time. And Rina, I don't think she could care less about the crowd at all. She's just in here to prove herself. And boy howdy, did she had a vertebraker in this match.
Yes, there was a vertebraker in the match.
What?
There was everything in this match. There was so much in this match. It was every epic trope that you can imagine that you can fit into a WrestleMania main event.
Rena working the arm, trying to get that hydrangea locked in. SLK going after Rena's knee, and then every time Rena would put her knees up or go for the knee drop off the ropes, it damaging her knee more. And Rena going for the Tiger Lily not once but twice, and SLK just straight up refusing to take that move. She's like, no way, I know that's gonna end this. And then Starlight Kid using the Tiger Driver and then the Black Tiger Leg Killer to just force poor Rena to tap out so that Starlight Kid retains the Wonder of Stardom Championship.
I'm gonna give one more clap, man. This we quit doing star ratings, we do moments, but listen, this is every bit of 5 stars.
Oh, so good.
If there was ever a 5-star match, it's this match, and there's a lot of reasons for that. But when you put all the elements I gave you in with the combination of it being 2 people that have no business having, I mean, we know Starlight Kid has epic matches.
Yeah.
We know Rena's super talented.
Yeah.
But to have a first time freaking matchup at this level, I mean, they've wrestled each other, but I mean, to have it like this is just insane. It was so great.
It was amazing. And to say that Rena is like the total package at her age and just her potential is off the charts. I can't even imagine by the time she even reaches Starlight Kid's age now, how good she's going to be. She's going to be leading a faction. She's going to be holding tight all the titles. She is amazing.
She is.
And I am just in awe of her.
She's got the size. She has the personality.
Yeah.
The character driven, but she also has the work, and she continues to get better and add things to her repertoire.
Yeah.
You know,
she's so good.
And her selling is freaking unbelievable.
Yeah, and she didn't have anything to say after this match. She Starlight tried to give her a white rose.
I like that.
And Rena was like, no, and she just kind of left.
Yeah, I like it because it fits her.
It does. You know, and she doesn't need the pomp and circumstance. She's just here to fight, and then she's going to go.
I mean, last time they were in their hometown, she didn't even really come out for the celebration.
Yeah, and at the beginning, she was like, I have no interest in that.
So
I love her for it, too.
I do too.
But after this match, in the backstage comments, Konami made herself known to Starlight Kid as, I guess, the next challenger or a potential challenger in the future.
I like it. I liked it as soon as I seen it. I really want Konami away from Sherry.
I know.
Just
for a little while, just give it a breather.
Just cool it down. It never did it for me for some reason.
Yeah, we want Sherry's eyes on Mayu Iwatani.
yeah. We need to freshen both of them up.
Yeah,
and I think that Konami is an interesting matchup because we've had a lot of matchups around the same kind of dynamic that Starlight is.
Yeah.
So having her have to fight from underneath right off the bat is a perfect heel baby thing.
Yeah,
you know,
it definitely gives Starlight Kid the cheering back that she wants.
Yeah, I mean, because nobody's going to cheer Konami.
And Konami kind of teasing her like, oh, what's wrong? Your arm hurt? It's like, okay, we understand what you're going for here.
Yeah, I'm down with it.
But this pay-per-view, all in all, was just crazy. And it's not hard to pick moments from this pay-per-view, honestly.
It's all you.
I'm torn between where to put 2 and 3, in order of each other. I think 3, I would have to go Hina winning the Future of Stardom Championship.
Good.
Was incredible. Number 2, I would put the main event, Rena and Starlight Kid. And number 1 has to go to that loser leaves Stardom reveal. I mean, it's hard not to put that at number 1 for the shock value.
I always think about a year from now, 2 years from now, what are people going to remember? What are you going to call back?
Right.
And the one thing you're going to see clips of forever, is going to be what we seen in that match. But the Starlight Kid match is also going to be something to call back because Rena, like you said, is destined
Yeah, when she eventually wins that white belt, they're going to show this match.
Yeah.
It's the first time she challenged for it. It's also Starlight Kid's first defense, so this is the beginning of her hopefully lengthy reign as Wonder of Stardom champion.
I can't wait for the time when Rena actually has the turn.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
I hope it's to save her sister.
I know.
Like I hope that it's a Jimmy Garvin, Ronnie Garvin thing. I hope that at some point in the future that she saves one of her sisters. And
she goes to save Hina.
Yeah,
from somebody.
It would make sense.
It would, and it would be very emotional. And I think everyone wants Rena to be a babyface because everyone loves her so much.
I mean, I don't know, because then we wouldn't get to
Right.
You
I mean,
know,
she could still have the attitude.
calling
as a
everybody
babyface.
hags. And, you know, I love it.
She's amazing. But that was Stardom Path of Thunder 2025. An excellent pay-per-view.
Excellent.
It's the first like real pay-per-view of the year. So it really lived up. And next week we have Korakuen Hall. We have a New Blood on the Saturday, then a show on Sunday, and then Korakuen Hall on Monday. So it's going to be a busy weekend.
It is. We can't wait.
But that Korakuen Hall show is going to be something else because we're going to find out who's leaving Stardom. So we'll be back for sure after that happens to talk all about it. So make sure you're following us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Cult of Joshi. Follow us on socials at Cult of Joshi everywhere. That, Facebook, Instagram,
Become
Twitter.
a patron because we are placing content up. We've been waiting for the Cult of Joshi pop to go into it, and and give us ideas of what you want us to cover.
Yeah.
We've got some we've got so much on the burner right now.
We got a lock, stock, and barrel. We're ready to go.
Yeah, we're ready to go. But tell your friends. And and spread this for us. Help us grow this community. You're a big part of it. And the reason Cult of Joshi, there's a lot in the name because you're cult members, and
we're all in the Cult of Joshi.
It's a we thing, and it's definitely a we thing, and that's how we are. We're just you, and 100%. I personally spent 2 decades in the wrestling business, and have a lot of knowledge. I met a lot of people. I've burned a lot of people, like literally. But
with actual fire.
Yeah, with actual fire. And, Raja has spent a lifetime as a, incredible wrestling knowledge-filled fan, and she goes deep on that level. And Joshi is just our thing that we together absolutely worship.
Yes.
And,
because it's the best wrestling on the planet.
It's everything that is good about professional wrestling is the heart of the women in professional wrestling. The heart of the women in Japanese professional wrestling is bar none the most I've ever seen in any walk of it. And it's the passion, it's the pride, it's the fighting spirit, and it's just the beauty and the art and the glory, so I am love to be the co-host here and just enjoy this. But tell everyone you can. If you know anybody that loves it, if you're on Reddit, if you're on X, anywhere, just share it for us. Help us get this and grow this community.
Absolutely. And on that note, he's John, I'm Raja, and we'll see you next time here at the Cult of Joshi. Bye.